Oh, hello, 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 my precious, precious friends and family and lovers and wonderful acquaintances and new people. We're all connected in the oneness. We really are part of this great cosmos, and there is no such thing as separateness. So, in this very moment, I am just experiencing the pulsating feeling of loving my life right now, loving my life right now. And I am a warrior for that, for you too, and for everyone and everything. And there are so many of us that want to love our life right now. I mean, I guess we do want to hate sometimes, and we do want to unnecessarily struggle because we think then we're valuable. That's where our ego or the shoulds get a hold of things. But in this very moment, you and I are warriors for ease, are warriors for natural momentum, are warriors for pleasure, and for respectful, reverential, playful relationships, and the vulnerability and the willingness to go for it, even if everyone doesn't always like us, because loving is not liking. Oh, but boy, when they link up, and I'm really a big fan of that, when loving and liking link up, then we get to fulfill one of the vast purposes of this creation is to enjoy ourselves as love in motion and to share that with other people. I am in this very moment in Asheville, North Carolina, in the mountains, and I'm staying with dear friends of mine, a family of five. And they are, I mean, I love singing the praises of everyone and everything. I just think that that is just, it makes me a bit verklempt, but it fulfills a deep longing of my soul to see people in their wholeness as they are, and to be willing to cultivate and enhance that and encourage that in others. To do it for myself, to surround myself with people that do it for me, and to be able to do that for one another, because this great game on creation of forgetting we're infinite and then remembering, it's a really good game. And it's not always easy to remember that you are for a forever being having a temporary human experience. And this family that I'm with right now, I've had the blessing to know them for maybe 8, 9, 10 years, and to be the godmother of their children and the guardian too, if they skedaddle to the other side, which I don't think they're doing, but how wonderful is that? And they live a life that is so devoted to the natural joy of being a human from the perspective of the divine. And that doesn't mean there's not challenges. It doesn't mean that there isn't ups and downs, but that we handle the ups and downs, the moving, the vacillating experiences of being human, the seeming separateness, and then the reunion with ever expanding joy. And I get to be here with them, living with them, creating with them, loving with them, talking about what matters. This whole family are founding members of the Galactic Council of Women, All Genders Welcome. Founding members. And in one of my recent Prosperity Catapult meditations for the women, asterisks, or anyone that respects and reveres the feminine principle, the female body, and the energy of mother, women, asterisks, attracting and mastering gobs of money and oodles of power, uplifting the world. I shared some of the superhero names of this family, and I got the youngest one wrong. I thought it was Chocolate. It's actually Chocolate Nose. That's his superpower. I mean, can we not just play? We can play and unleash childhood imagination, the childhood. Do you remember playing as a child? When you were left free reign to play, oh boy, did you love your life in the present moment without dragging the baggage of the past or the fears of the future. And that kind of energy is so present right now with me. And the mom of the family, my dear friend and soul sister, is one of the pioneer members of the Fierce Feminine Prosperity Power Program, which I say I love who and what I am in this moment, because I came here to awake to being love in motion, and then to be able to share it fiercely and compassionately with others. And she is one of the pioneer members and is an extraordinary force on this planet, as well as countless other women asterisks that have joined and are joining this really beautiful, um, this forum, this energy that is so ripe. It's bursting, it's birthing. One of my dearest friends in the whole world just became a grandmother for the first time on the last full moon, which was 2 days ago in the fleeting now. Although the energy that you and I are connected with right now is in the eternal now. We are always one. And so her daughter had this baby, her first child and her first grandchild, on the total lunar eclipse on a full moon, and her body just whooshing in with the energy of the mother, and had a delivery that was where she claimed that energy. And it's so extraordinary to have these kind of people to be able to surround ourselves with. And that's what I want to be in the world. I will also let you know, in this very moment would be November 10th, 2022, which would have been my dear mom's 82nd birthday, I think. I had actually forgotten that it was her birthday when I was preparing in the fleeting now for this. And you know you're healing when you're not marking the years and the time. I think she's been out of the body 6 or 7 years, maybe 8. I mean, I don't know exactly what it is. But when I asked her, I'm like, Mom, in this very moment, what do you want to share from the spirit realm, from that realm of the eternal that we come from and that we go to? We are forever beings. It's so wonderful to be able to love our life when we know our life is a gift and it never really completes. We just change state. I love this about me, by the way. I love my capacity as a woman, as a human being, to feel feelings and let them come and ride them like waves, of pleasure, expansion and contraction, like birthing contractions, like orgasmic contractions, like the natural, the sun rising and setting, and the freedom to be able to do that, and the vulnerability, which is our superpower. I will tell you that to be vulnerable means the willingness to be real and honest, not perfect, real and honest, and to share how you're feeling and what you long for, whether those you are in relationship want to give that and experience that with you or not. It takes a lot of strength of character. We come with a lot of defenses. My mom was saying, Cindy, don't talk too much. Remember, I have a message for the world. Well, in any event, we have defenses to loving and to feeling. And the root of all evil really comes from defending against our feelings. We say no to this incarnation, and then it causes a whole cascade of unpleasant, series of unfortunate events. And we can defend by going up and out, either intellectually or spiritually, like kind of disassociating from ourselves, our bodies, and those that we're with. You can know that when you're not really able to look at someone in the eyes, or they're not able to look at you. They're probably defending against their huge heart in some way, or you are, and that's okay. Oh, God bless us. We do it. I do it. There's 5 primary energetic defense structures. That's the first one. The second one is to either be really needy and feeling like not enough and kind of clawing at someone else constantly, or having that kind of needs, like I have no needs, I'll meet all my needs. I'm the one. And both of those come from an artificial place, not the natural needing of experiencing love and relationship. The third primary energetic defense structure is when we just shut down. If someone triggers any kind of shame, or anyone challenges our perspective of ourselves of being so good and perfect, and we have an unpleasant feeling, whether it's shock or fear or embarrassment or pressure, that defense structure just shuts the frick down. It's just like whoop. And it's like, oh no, you won't. I will hold back. I will literally cut off my nose to spite my face, not to give you any power to elicit a negative feeling in me, which by the way doesn't work because then lots of stuff happened from that. The fourth defense structure is where we try to exert our force and aggression over others, the power over, to control their communications, to control what they're feeling, to control their perspective, to tell them how to think, how to feel. And that's a defense structure that comes from not feeling able to love and feel the power, true power of loving. And then the fifth primary defense structure, I'm telling you, you're just getting like years worth of energetic teachings in this moment, so you don't have to understand it. Just breathe in, all is well, and it's transforming like that, you and I together with the support in this moment. And the last one is to be so perfect that nothing can really touch you. Like that rigidity around your environment having to be a certain way, your food having to be a certain way, the way you interface with the hours in your day, the people in your life, your body. It's a defense structure that actually doesn't even know that it's not feeling because it becomes so perfect in what it does. And so this is human, by the way. If you know this in yourself or see it in others, it's like, well, welcome, Earthling. It's okay. And so loving your life right now, loving your life right now requires just a few easy things, really easy, really natural things. Number one is to affirm and know that how you feel matters. Dear wonderful friend, family, colleague, lover, new acquaintance, how you feel matters. It matters. And your personal happiness and your ability to feel hope to grow in more harmony and love and pleasure and play and meaning, oh, it just matters and it serves the world. So affirm that for yourself. I will for myself. I will say, Cindy, how you feel matters. It's a tender thing to say that for yourself. And I will say it to you, and this is where I get kind of my fierce feminine. How you feel matters and it serves the world. So that's kind of the first easy step, just to affirm that it's true. And then the second one is to know, to believe that what you want wants to come to you. What you need wants to come to you. What you long for wants to come to you. There is so much that we can see from the limited surface layer of stinginess of spirit, of the seeming inability to really give ourselves wholly because of those defenses, because we don't want to get hurt. At least we'll control the hurt rather than let others or a greater or some mystery have its way with us. It doesn't work, by the way. It just contracts literally our life force energy in our body. It leads to physical and emotional diseases, and it keeps us on just a hamster wheel of super pressure or collapse. But when we really know and we affirm, like we proclaim, ordain, and decree that we live in a universe that where what we long for wants to come to us, and where our free will is opening up to it to say, yes, I will think that way. I will feel that way. I will open up and act like that, and I will receive. I'm hearing a jet plane fly over right now, and I feel that that's like the energy of just like whoosh, the support of the universe coming in for you right now. It wants to come to you. Buy a ticket on the plane so you can receive it, or go to the airport as the plane comes in. It's like the universe wants us to receive, or what we long for wants to come to us. And it really, they, he, she wants us to make it easy for them by providing forums for that to come in. And then the third thing, and I'm just going to say the three things and loving yourself right now. And just breathe. If you haven't been breathing, let's do that 360-degree breathing that I'm always talking about, in through your nose, but also letting the energy, the creative life force energy, come through every bit of your precious body. Inhale and exhale. Is to know and give yourself the experience that there are throngs of other similarly spirited people to you that are out there and want to join with you, that want to play with you, that want to collaborate with you, that want to respect your seeming differences and find a way to build harmony anyway. There are throngs of people, and in this moment, I'm one of them. And if you and I are together in this very moment, that has great power and meaning. It said, there's strength in numbers. I like that. There's strength in being aware of the numbers in the oneness, the one in the many, not just the many in the one, but the one in the many. We are looking at each other right now from the oneness, the energetic oneness, whether your eyes are closed or you're driving, whatever you're doing, we are one. And there are so many of us that want to love our life right now, that want to know that how we feel matters, that want to know that we can open up and receive everything that wants to come to us to fulfill us, and that we can play and belong with others, even with seeming differences, because isn't that the fun of life? The different notes in the harmony, and build harmony right now. What I'm so struck with in this present moment, that the new earth, the new humanity, the new life, the new age that is birthing at this very moment is actually so much easier, so much more natural, so much more like, oh, Dorothy, waking up, you had it within you all along, than I ever imagined before. And I'm experiencing that through me saying yes to all of these things and offering the things that I get to play in. I love my life. I love that I got to create an app that people can go on and receive me saying, you matter. Me being able to transmit decades of traveling the world and, circulating, hundreds of thousands of squiggles to receive the most ancient and esoteric teachings and combined with leading edge thought and wisdom, so that you don't have to, because that's just what I got to do, and I get to share it. I love that I get to create something called the Galactic Council of Women, All Genders Welcome, and that I get to see children light up about their parents doing something like that. Like, what? We can just imagine as children, but we can grow up and really know that we can enjoy life and share that with others. One of the children in this family that's part of the Galactic Council of Women, All Genders Welcome, she's the animal uplifter. That's her superhero title. She's the animal uplifter. Isn't that crazy great? And then, la creme de la creme, the piece de la resistance. The like, oh my God, when Harry met Sally, her having that orgasm, and I'm for real orgasms too, by the way. Like, I'll have what she's having. The Fierce Feminine Prosperity Power Program is the most natural, powerful alignment of all the forces of the cosmos and the feminine divine and Mother Earth and the playful spirit of what it means to be human from the divine perspective, just pouring like that plane coming, just pouring into those people, those souls that have created it, because I just listened and answered and are amplifying it right now. I like to say the fierce feminine does not annihilate the other. She just ferociously and fiercely and compassionately advocates for the one. And the one, the essence of the one, is true love in motion, is generosity of spirit, is overflowing abundance, is enough food for children, is the ability to let down the delusion of separateness and play the seeming different notes together. And this is the moment, in the eternal now, in the fleeting now, no matter when you're receiving this, it is perfectly designed for us to inhabit it, to say yes to it, and to play in it. And I invite you to collaborate with me, to play with me, to let me share with you. Let me be, and these forums and programs and these groups be conduits for you knowing how much you matter, that what you want and need and long for just wants to rush to you, and it's here right now. I've been preparing my whole life to serve, like in Beauty and the Beast. Is it be our guest, be our guest, put my service to the test? I mean, I love that freaking song. I love a lot of Disney songs, by the way. And for you to know that there's a lot of others, so many other powerful, potent, loving, joyful, creative, imaginative, rising visionaries and imaginaries like you and me right now. And we're building a solid, secure foundation to feel that belonging that we long for, to feel that capacity to create with others and to enjoy knowing what we know to be true, seeing that manifest in this earth realm. Now, I know I went a little like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and like, the Family Circus cartoon to get to my mama's message for you. My mom's name was Anne. Oh, mama. Her message, when she was getting ready to leave this realm, she was in hospice for about a month or so, like in earnest. She knew she was going to skedaddle for about 2 months before she actually did. Her soul did drop her body. And during that time, I wasn't aware of this. She kept saying, especially the last 6 weeks, to my sister and my brothers and I, and to anyone really, she would say she would get in these moments with real, like tenacious earnestness, like, listen to me, Cindy. Listen, this is so important. You have to remember this one thing. It's kind of funny too. She would say, don't forget Jimmy Durante. And I'm like, what? Cindy, you can't forget Jimmy Durante. Amy, Michael, Stephen, you can't forget Jimmy Durante. Promise me you won't forget Jimmy Durante. And for those of you that not only have not forgotten him, you don't know who he is. I mean, you didn't know him to forget. He was a singer and a comedian from, maybe he was still in the body when I was just born almost 58 years ago, but I think he probably was. I don't know. But in any event, kind of like a big nose kind of guy, and a dear soul. And she said, and his songs, Cindy, don't forget his songs. And that's what she sang in the song that she wanted us to remember. And we actually played at her inurnment. We don't, when you put an urn in a cabinet, is what I call it. You put the body in a drawer, the urn in a cabinet, or in the ground, whatever it is. My mom went in the cabinet, the sacred consecrated cabinet in a funeral, whatever they're called, cemetery. It was the song, Make Someone Happy. And it goes a little like this. This rascally voice. It's so important to make someone happy. Oh, make just someone happy. I don't know all the words, Mom. I'm so sorry. Make someone happy. And it goes like this. Someone happy. Oh, if you know it, sing it wherever you are. And maybe, I know there's people that could put these things in the chats as I'm going through, but this is the last line. And it is the recipe to real happiness lies in making someone else happy. And you will be happy too. Oh, thanks, Mom. So make someone happy. Not from the codependent cluster fudge of it, but from the truth of sharing your spirit, praise, see them in their wholeness, love them, adore them, revere them, play with them, collaborate with them. And I ask you, I invite you from the tenderness of my heart, come collaborate with me too. It would make me happy in the oneness to be able to share. And we are sharing in this moment. All right, dear, wonderful, amazing person, in this very moment, we are loving our life right now, loving our life right now, with all of the joys and the sorrows and the roaring and the laughter and the sleeping and the making love and the anger and the fudge you and all of the aspects of it, from the perspective of the one. Love, prosperity, power, and blessings. Mwah.